Welcome back again, everybody, to Maniacal Music Musings. I'm your host, as always, Jeremy, here fueled by cigarettes and alcohol, I wish, tonight. Like in the movies, you know? But your musers are going to bring it on down tonight like an 80s government operation in Colombia. That's right, CJ's got the big guns. After the show, though, we're going to the rave yard like it's New Year's 1984 until we question what have we become. Typical week for us. My co-host, though, is the last star of the supersonic youth. He's been a rock and roll star since the day Cobain died, when he had makeup sex with Courtney after she shot him. He lives forever by soaking in the scarlet of misguided youth during winter's dying heart until his fall from grace finally gets him. CJ motherfucking playing the music god himself.
Hey, I was around long before Cobain.
That's why it's makeup sex with Courtney. God damn it. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode with your musers. We are, of course, we're not just joined by one guest tonight. No, we wanted to up the ante a little, and we are joined by 4 fucking guests. I know, we're that cool. What can I say? We are being joined by a band that I had a chance to check out on Spotify today, all their singles, and I am a huge fan of their work. Ladies and gentlemen, the Revel.
Yo.
Yeah.
What's up?
Insert applause on back. No, I don't fucking do that shit. Welcome, guys. Pleasure to have you. I don't know your fucking names, or I'd greet you singly too. But off the top of my head, I don't know who's who. So, I believe there's. I was gonna say, I think there's Tito and Michael and Jermaine.
It's close enough.
I got Tito-esque hair for sure.
Al and Chico.
Chico.
Hey, Chico. No, but we are, folks. When this band wanted to come on the show, I was like, all right, so we're gonna do one episode. We're gonna do one of you per episode, right? They're like, no, we're gonna come on one episode. I'm like, shit, I ain't gonna complain. Let's have a whole band on. That's a first, and it's about time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let the Revel tell us their story here of how they became this awesome band they are. Because trust me, go check them out on Spotify. That link will be in the description of this, because they are some booming sounds coming out of them.
Well, what's going on, everybody?
What's up? And thanks for having
Thanks,
us.
Jeremy and the music god CJ for
Yeah.
having us. We really appreciate it.
As a collective, as all 4 of us. Thank you.
If we want to go around the horn, this is.
Hey, all right, we'll go
Steve.
left to right.
Yeah.
I'm Steven. I play bass in the Revel.
I'm Dylan. I play guitar.
I'm Dean. I sing.
I'm Kyle. I thrash lambskin.
And we are the Revel.
We're all from New Jersey originally, and
Yeah.
we still live here.
Yeah.
God help you.
We love repping New Jersey.
do.
We love the state.
Yeah.
I'm from New York. I'm from New York, so God help you all. But
Gotcha.
What part of
Yeah.
New York?
Down
In
on
New
New
Jersey
Jersey.
once, it was not a good experience.
Was it Newark Airport?
No, I actually did basic training at Fort Dix back in
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
ancient times. So
Yeah.
I didn't come for. Let's just say I didn't come for the coffee and donuts.
You didn't come for that Taylor
I came
and
to
mac and
get
cheese.
screamed at, crawl around in the swampy mud, and
Got that bass tray.
But he did come for his drill sergeant, folks. But yeah, I'm in a good mood tonight. What can I say? I got the jokes flying left and right. But
Yeah.
so when did you guys start playing together?
Around 5-6 years ago, and
Like a year before COVID, kind of. Maybe a little year and change. before
yeah.
it.
Good time.
Yeah.
Good time to start.
Yeah.
Right?
Great
Yeah.
Um,
Stop.
you know,
Yeah.
it is a little weird because all that stuff happened, but it was kind of a really good thing for us personally because we started changing our musical direction and we had the time and during lockdown to go through it and come out the other side better and stronger and more as a unit. So did work out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really bonded and wrote together during that time. We were more of a rock and roll band during
I was going
that.
to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
more of like a Black Crowsy rock and roll band. We went on a few short runs with like Buck Cherry and Rat and
Oh wow.
Blue Oyster
Nice.
Cult even. And then it was kind of becoming like what was going on in our world, and then COVID happened and everything stopped. And we kind of looked inward at ourselves and said, what do we like to listen to? What do we want to play? What do we want to put out? And it kind of changed the trajectory of where our music was, and it brought us to where we are today, where we all have a voice and an you know, a creative pinpoint into what we're putting out now. And I think it's a more well-rounded sound to reflect our personalities and what we really like to listen to.
It's interesting because I mean, when I listen to you guys today, I'm like, because well, I'll get into when we get to somebody's album, what you're compared to and how insulting I think that is. But
We have some thick skin. We're good. We could take any. We could take the heat.
but you guys kind of do some like alternative electronic music, which is freaking. I can't compare to anything. That's like the hardest thing I was trying to do to him. Sitting there like, who the fuck can I really compare this to? I'm like, I hear elements of so many different things in here, different bands I know that I can't like put my finger on one. I'm like, and say, oh, they're like this band, they're like this band. Nah, they're all over the place. I'm like, this is unique. I'm like,
That's a good thing, though. That's
Yeah.
when
Oh,
a
yeah,
band-
definitely.
Strive to be. You know, we don't
Yeah.
want to be put in a box, which is
Mhm.
where we were being put into. You know, as this Black Crows-ish rock and roll gunslinging type band. We were getting typecast into this box, and we saw, you know, the dead end of it, and we said we want to trailblaze and
yeah.
do our own thing.
which that's the right way to do it, honestly, because like CJ's not wrong. You definitely would be. Once you get put in that box, it's hard to get. I mean, we did a band like that last week called Kingdom Come. Once you get put in that box, it's hard to go anywhere else with it. But so
Yeah, at that point
Well-
you just gotta like write really meaningful songs, because you know you can still do something with a genre that's been well established. You can still write something
Exactly.
really impactful and meaningful. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the best artists are, to me, the best artists have always been the ones that have kind of blazed their own path through thick and thin. You know, people like Prince, Queen. You know, they've just kind of done what they've done, regardless of genre, regardless of, you know, people told Freddie for years, you can't do that. And Freddie said, stand back and watch this. And then Prince come along, and Prince kind of just did what Prince did. You know, you have other bands that sort of the same way that have blazed a path through multiple genres. Youngblood is doing it right now, you know, just jumping from sort of 1 minute it's kind of like The Cure, and then the next minute it's, you know, a pop punk, and then it's, you know, a ballad, and you get, you know, the David Bowie influence and the Clash influence. And I mean, I love people that are just willing to just say fuck the rules and we're just gonna be us. And
That's the beauty of the time that we're in, because you can be genreless, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of things, you know, you can listen to music anywhere. You know, there's streaming, there's YouTube, people still buy vinyls, people do, you know, everyone does everything nowadays. So, and people just want good music, and they want also like authenticity. So whatever the artist is authentically doing, people are into that. And it's more important than ever to say fuck it and just be yourself. You know,
exactly.
that's what we're doing.
I also think that's interesting when you're talking about with like Prince and Bowie. Some of their trailblazing was technological, and I think sometimes that's not communicated well, or people don't understand
Yeah.
that fact. It's like he just sat down and came up with a genre. It's like, no, it came out of like they were playing around with what was available and what was happening.
Mhm.
What was new, like
And
the
so-
drum
Yeah,
machines
the
and
drum.
So
all that,
that
kind of
shit
stuff.
was partly like frustrating for us being in that Black Crowes world. It was like, I don't feel like we're, what else are we not using that exists today? I mean, what do we listen to? What do we party to? And why aren't we using it? Because it's like, how are we gonna land on something different?
Yeah, the band became a more accurate representation of what we all want to hear culminated, in my opinion.
Which
And
it works. It really works. When's your guys' first EP or LP gonna be dropping?
Well, we have some ideas that we're working with right now of a few angles of what to do, but we're not too sure. We haven't hit something on the head yet, so we're working
mean,
on it.
I hate to use them as a comparison, but I would honestly dig the shit out of it if you guys did a concept album like Sleep Token does, kind of.
Mhm.
Oh man!
Like I said, I don't want to use the band as a reference because I fucking can't stand their music too much. But the idea behind it, the concept behind it, is like what I could see you guys really like digging into.
Oh man!
Maybe not some.
Honestly, yeah, we would. You just you don't want to waste that effort unless like there's a
Oh, yeah.
ready ear.
We're open to it. We fantasize about it, but we have to have it, I guess. First.
I mean, the way your guys' music sounds, I could almost see it being like a futuristic, like dystopian concept album, like type thing. Like that's what your
that's
music.
very Dylan.
Like retrofuturism.
Dylan.
Like-
There's a lot of
A lot of
prog
us.
love in this band.
A lot of
For
us
sure.
like the ray gun gothic aesthetic, which is like the mid-century modern kind of design and a somewhat dystopian aesthetic.
I mean,
Not to sound like a nerd, but the Fallout video games are very famous for portraying that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When I heard your music, I thought of one person as a producer and a sort of like one person to work with, and the dude's my idol. That's Clayton from Cell Dweller and Scandroid. The dude's an absolute genius with mixing genres when it comes to electronics and metal and industrial and synthwave and retro and all that kind of stuff. And
You say
he's
Scandroid?
been Cell Dweller and Scandroid.
Scandroid, okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Scandroid is synthwave and Cell Dweller is more like an industrial EDM type.
Yeah.
And then he
Cell Dweller,
started
I
in a
know.
band.
Yeah.
He started actually in a industrial metal band called Circle of Dust.
Circle of Dust? I know Circle of
Huh.
Dust.
Yeah, it's Clayton is the guy that has done all of that. So
Looks cool.
You know,
We just-
Circle
we just-
Circle of Dust has some good
we just looked
albums.
them up.
I'm a big
Yeah.
industrial guy myself. I like
yeah,
Front 242 and like
Yes.
Frontline Assembly and Skinny Puppy and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I'm a big fan of all of that. I'm a big
Yes.
Reese Fulber guy
yes,
and Fear Factory and all that stuff. So yeah, Circle of
Yeah.
Dust is great.
fucking love Fear Factory.
that's what I thought. Like when I heard your music, I was like, Clayton would go crazy with this style and just be like, okay, do this, and not necessarily like telling you what to do, but just kind of giving you pieces of
those final touches. He would do those final touches to pull it all together perfectly. Like
the cool thing about Clayton, what I love about Clayton, man, is when Clayton does a record, right? He will turn around about 3 months later and he'll say, we're going to have a contest. And then he'll release all of the stems, all of the samples, everything for this record, and just let people remix it
Nice.
any way they hear it. And then he'll take those remixes and he'll release them, under those artists' name and give them royalties for their remixes and all of that.
Nice.
And that's
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
it's a cool concept because one, you're opening yourself to letting people work with your music freely, and not a lot of artists are willing to do that. Two, you're turning around and saying, okay, even though it's my music, I'm going to give you the credit of you remixing it and all of that. So it's it's a push-pull kind of developing people and letting people practice. Maybe upcoming producers and upcoming people that haven't had a chance in a big studio or whatever to work with technology and stuff they wouldn't get otherwise.
Right.
And I love that he's willing to do that with so many people, and he's everybody from the Slipknot guys to the, Orgy guys to Blue Stolly. He's all of those guys he's worked with, in
That's so
remixes,
smart,
different
like
things.
for today's world, especially. I mean, not to make it all businessy, but like it works great for like social media posts and stuff.
Yeah.
And because that all is so important to how music gets passed around. So the more the merrier, honestly. Like collaboration, remixes, all that stuff is awesome. I would love DJs to like take our stuff and turn it inside out and speed it up.
Yeah.
Club mixes and shit. Yeah, I could see that.
Right.
I could definitely see that with yours. So let's get into this because I'm dying to hear what album did you guys bring us and why did you want to bring this one? I am so after hearing your music, I'm like A plus B does not equal C. What the fuck?
Oasis, baby.
It's the Revel.
It's funny you say that because like Oasis is a rock band. It's very much in a way just a rock band, but there's something else going on that like any band that tries to sound like them doesn't interest me at all. But Oasis somehow carries like a production value and a swag to it. And I think the band knows that very well, which is why it's like, yeah, it's Oasis,
I think another reason why
songs are just good too.
We love Oasis, and we love definitely maybe so much as it's the attitude behind it. It's so good. And it's so honest. Everything about it is so honest, and it's it's Liam, it's Noel, it's Bonehead, it's the rest of the guys, it's everybody, and I think that's why we love it. The attitude, the energy, and there's a lot of positivity, and it's just like, from the chord progressions to the lyrics, and just great.
It feels like someone young on top of the world for the most of the album. That's a really nice feeling to tap into for a second.
Yeah. Who do I want to go first? Fuck it, I'll go first this week, I think. But yeah, I knew the name Oasis. If you asked me one song they fucking did, I would have been like, yeah, you got me. But so,
not even Wonderwall.
I actually like that.
Oh, that is them. Okay, yeah, I know Wonderwall. I love that fucking song.
Yeah,
Okay, that is. I love that fucking song. I love that music video. Yeah, I know the song. Okay, so yeah, I know one song they do apparently, but I went to this album with a completely open mind, and I mean, I ain't gonna say I loved it. I can't say I loved it. I didn't hate it. That's for damn sure. I'm kind of like a lot of '90s rock. It's kind of got me stuck in the middle where it's like, this isn't bad. I could hear this if I'm in a mall or something and this is playing. I'm not gonna be upset, but I definitely. I mean, some of the songs, yeah, I could see myself putting on the car just driving down the road, but I never could put on this whole album. Like, didn't just listen to it driving. I would just be sitting there like, this is getting old. Like, these are all sounding very similar now. I honestly, at times, I would be like, did the song just change or did I miss that? And yeah, I'm like, oh, it changed like a minute ago. Whoops. But I mean, they're definitely good. I could see why they did have one hit wonders. Well, a couple, and I don't know why they call them one hit wonders when there's more than one, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, they had some good tracks on this record, and I mean, now you say Wonderwall's done by them. Shit, okay, but I didn't realize that was them. I really didn't. Fuck. But I mean, they kind of fall into that groove in the '90s that a lot of artists were in, because there were so many up and coming artists in the mid '90s that just never made it out of the mid '90s because they just pop became everything else but that industrial, like grungy rock like this. And so they kind of are. I don't know if they're still performing or not. I didn't really look into it, but I'm sure they probably are. But
They just got the biggest.
They may have made the most money.
The biggest reunion tour in music ever.
Yeah, and Wonderwall is on like the album right after this one, as well as like Don't Look Back in Anger, which is a huge song, and Champagne Supernova. You'd probably know the second album a lot more.
Which Chapel is
maybe.
most likely referencing with her song.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. All right. I have no fucking. It's out of my realm of usual music I listen to. So
Yeah. Well, it's cool. It's cool. I like to hear your perspective on it because of that. I'm used to people knowing it, so it's cool to hear it from you.
Yeah, I mean
it's all music.
I am famous for hating on other bands in this show, like Bush and similar bands like that. So they all kind of fall into the same like '90s clutch for me, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like I'll skip that part of the '90s.
Bad decade for you, Jeremy?
No, there was good. There was a lot of good. It was a good decade for rap, and for the end of it was good for metal. But I mean, there were spaces in between where it kind of lapsed and did nothing. Everybody was on.
The 90s had a lot of good music. It just wasn't the music that was necessarily on the radio.
That I mean that too. Yeah, I mean
there were very, very good bands that. Hurry up. There were very good bands, but that's the junior. There were very good bands, but they weren't necessarily the bands that were on the radio. For example, Jimmy's Chicken Shack should have been freaking massive, but they only had like the one kind of song that, there was a band out of California called Psychofunkopus that should have been massive, but weren't. And, unfortunately, we got bands that, were mid that got really famous and really great bands that didn't get enough attention. Dime Store Hoods should have been really famous as opposed to 311, who were fucking terrible.
I love 311.
Yeah, Dime Store Hoods is like 311 with really good. Like if Pantera and 311 got together, that's kind of what Dime Store Hoods sounded like. So
that's cool. What are they called?
Yeah, Dime Store Hoods.
Okay.
They were a Texas band. The singer ended up dying, but I mean, there was a lot of bands that could have, would have, yeah. But anywho,
trust me. I mean, hey, if Insane Clown Posse couldn't get radio play, nobody can. God damn it! But
he must have heard 311 and died.
So here's the funny thing.
I love people.
I saw Jimmy's Chicken Shack open for 311, and we went for 311. I had never heard Jimmy's Chicken Shack, and Jimmy's Chicken Shack proceeded to just blow the walls out of the place. Nice. And by the time they were done, we didn't even give a shit about 311. Like Jimmy's Chicken Shack were so fucking great. We were just like, holy shit, who are these guys? And where the hell did they come from? And we ended up leaving because we were fucking exhausted after their show. So
they came from the Chicken Shack. Come on, man, that's obvious. But
hey, the singer's name was Jimmy Haha. So you gotta love.
True. Insane Clown Posse never got radio play.
Do I?
No, not really.
Insane ICP never got radio play, man. Never.
One song.
Not really.
They cover of Let's Go All the Way.
Good for them.
It's one of the biggest, kind of independent groups of all time, I would say.
Yeah,
basically, they're up there. That's for damn sure. But
so let me talk about this record.
Oh, please do. I was going to ask you to. I'm dying to hear this.
I went into this. I'm going to be honest. I knew Oasis, but had never really listened to the music. I knew Wonderwall and Champagne Supernova, neither of which I liked. So when Jeremy sent me the link, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, really? Did not have high hopes. Right from the opening notes of this, I was like, wait a minute. This is not Wonderwall. There's some actual guitar playing and a little bit of attitude here. I was a lot more impressed with this record than I thought I was going to be. To the point where it changed my opinion. of Oasis. Like
Wow.
I only, like I said, I knew him for the 2 songs, and neither of which I ever wanted to hear again. So, there's a lot of different pieces on this record. There's some T-Rex influence, there's Beatles influence, there's Bowie, there's some psychedelic, but there's some punk. There's a lot going on musically, a lot more than I thought they were capable of or even about. So I'm a lot more impressed by this record than I thought I was going to be. So kudos to you for opening my mind to a band that I would have never listened to otherwise. And I may actually have to go back and listen to some of their other stuff because who knows, I may or may not like it. But this record, I would play this record again.
Nice.
Wow.
Folks,
I recommend you do play it again. But the other thing, watch their interview highlight moments.
They're
the ones where they're not punching each other and screaming.
It's just hysterical.
They're usually actually very much with each other. They just had horrible fights here and there, but they're usually cooking and really funny.
It's kind of funny you guys mentioned the Black Crowes and then chose this because Chris and Rich Robinson are very much the same way as Liam and Noel of just
100%.
They don't fight like them, but they are definitely brothers.
Well, folks, the Revel just proved something here. You could bring CJ to the Oasis and make him drink. So
yeah.
They sound even better then.
As long as they have Mountain Dew.
Well, they were just they were Irish, Manchester, and England immigrant kids. They were blue collar workers that didn't think they'd ever make it. So their first album is just, they essentially lied to Creation Records that they had a bunch of songs, and they blew the guy from Creation Records away, and he signed them on the spot. And they said we have all these songs, and meanwhile they wrote lyrics to songs on the cab ride to the studio. The whole thing is truly, and not all rock and roll stuff is cool, but it really is as close to that kind of a story as you can get. And it's a good story overall. The documentary is very good.
Yeah, it's great.
What would you guys say are your top 5 tracks off this album? I'm kind of dying to hear how this works as a collective.
Can you pull up the track list?
Yeah.
It's tough because I really actually like the whole album personally, but I could pretty much make an argument for almost any of the songs.
So, Shaker Maker, which is the second song on the album. Live Forever, which is the third song on the record. Supersonic, 6th song on the record. Cigarettes and Alcohol.
100%.
And then, to choose a 5th one, we kind of went back and forth on this.
You didn't say Rock and Roll Star?
Rock and Roll Star. I mean,
We're between 3, really.
I mean, they closed their show out with the first song on this album. The first song on the first album is they closed it forever on that, which is kind of nice. But yeah, maybe Rock and Roll Star. We'll say. But Up in the Sky is very
Up in the
positive.
Sky is so positive.
I love that song.
All right. Hey, you named some of mine. Yeah, I mean, Rock and Roll Star is my honorable mention. It was a good way to open the track, the whole album up, and it was reminiscent of a lot of good classic rock songs with that type of idea in mind. Columbia was my number 5 because that song has some amazing fucking guitar riffs throughout it. I enjoyed the hell out of that song.
Yeah,
Columbia's great.
My number 4 is Bring It On Down because that song was fun too. Guitar in that really impressed me. Number 3 was Supersonic, which seemed like it was the hit from the album, but I couldn't really recognize it. I was trying to because I'm I grew up in the 90s, so I'm trying to hear it, and I'm I don't remember hearing this in the 90s at all. But my number 2 is Live Forever because that song's fucking amazing. That song is
that's their biggest
chorus
song.
The chorus in that song. I'm like, what are they trying to? I got a little pissed off first. I'm what are they trying to be Queen? But then I was like, oh, they got their own shit with this. And my number 1 had to be Cigarettes and Alcohol because, Who doesn't like cigarettes and alcohol? So fuck. I mean, it's fucking. I'm like, all right, that's my theme song from them. So shit, cigarettes and alcohol, number one.
Great
Nice.
video too.
Yeah, great
I-
video.
I didn't get a chance to watch like their videos really. My computer at work today was being a fucking bitch about everything. But it took me like 20 minutes to load a fucking screen. It was horrible. But CJ, what would be your top 5 for Oasis?
Number 5, I have Married with Children. I kind of like the mellower tone of it. Number 4 is Bring It Down. Number 3, I have Shaker Maker. Number 2, I have Up in the Sky. And number 1, I have Bring It Down. I dug that song a lot. Like, there's cool guitar. So those are the 5 that kind of stood out. Cigarettes and Alcohol, awesome as well. That I thought I put that on my list, but I guess I didn't. I meant to put it when I heard it. I was kind of like, that's cool. It's kind of a punk. It has almost like a T-Rex meets Sex Pistols type of vibe to it. So that one jumped out at me. Like I said, I thought I put it on the list, but I probably was distracted by 50 million other things happening.
Well, it's funny because you said Bring It Down twice. So I think you put that on your list twice by accident.
Oh, you know what?
I think you put it.
That's what it was
first, right?
No, I had it at first. You know what? That's what it was. I had Bring It Down in first, but then after I heard Cigarettes and Alcohol, I moved it down the list behind the other ones. So my number 1 is actually Cigarettes and Alcohol. That's what it was. I'm glad you pointed it out because, yeah.
I heard that now. I'm like trying to think. I'm like, did he say the same song twice?
No, you're right. That's what it was. I meant to. I moved to Bring It down the list after I heard Cigarettes and Alcohol.
Yeah.
But then I forgot to write it in its place. So, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how it been. Anywho, move along.
Well, folks,
Take along.
I guess it's time to talk about the album I wanted to bring this week, which I knew when this album was releasing. So this album would have been brought on this show. What?
I'm trying to guess which one you were.
picked,
I think I know.
All right. Well, I trust me that this album would have been brought in this week, regardless of who the guest is or what they brought on. I didn't give a fuck. I knew this one. I knew this one months in advance because I did the same thing with the first part. So, and it just released on Friday, so I had to bring Lord of the Lost, Opus Noir, Volume 2, because Lord of the Lost is one of my new favorite artists, as my Spotify Wrapped will tell you. And what can I say? I discovered him 6 months ago, and he just blew me the fuck away. And I went through his whole discography, and his 2 new albums continue to blow me away. I love the way he adapts and changes each album he does into something completely new. I'm kind of at a loss for what he's going to do now because he's probably not going to release. He's released 2 albums in a year. He's not going to release another album probably for like 2 or 3 years now, I imagine. But we'll see. I know he's doing a huge world tour coming up. He's going to be in my area, but I can't go fucking see him. I'm pissed. But I love Chris. He's an amazing fucking artist. Everything he does, his solo work, his work with Lord of the Lost. I mean, he should win Eurovision one year for his freaking creativity. He really should. Nobody writes songs like he does. Like, he just writes these beautiful, haunting melodies and changes the way he does them every time. Every album is a different style of music completely. And this one, I will say part 1 of this Volume 1 was a little bit better to me. It had more hits, but Volume 2 is dark and twisted, just the way he does things. But and I see CJ shaking his head, and I'm dying to get to this. But before I get to Mr. Grumpapuss over there, what did you guys think of Lord of the Lost? It's the first time you heard of him?
Yeah, so initially I went into it and I was like, I know this stuff very well. I was actually curious immediately if he had done stuff before, because he reminds me of Kiske from Halloween a little bit.
Slightly.
That he was later in his voice. He sounds like he has like an age or a weight to it when he sings. That he's going for that kind of power metal.
He's got that German. I mean, he's German. He's definitely got that German.
I felt big Blind Guardian vibes with them too. Like,
yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah.
So the vibe of it I already like. I've been listening to metal, and Kyle's my other metal head in this band. Dylan dips.
Well,
No,
and
I
to tag on to the whole German thing, the production actually reminded me a lot of
Rammstein.
Rammstein.
Big time.
Yeah.
I'm a really big Rammstein fan.
He was definitely influenced by Rammstein. He 100% was, especially in the way he dresses. The way he dresses, he's 100% influenced by Rammstein. Some of his outfits on his videos and shows are like, oh my god, why would you wear that?
Gotcha.
But he's very into leather. But
Gotcha.
but
Cool.
I mean, he's interesting. He's a character. Like if you compare like what he did, like God, like even 4 years ago, if you compare like Blood and Glitter to what he did with these albums, like it's complete polar opposites of everything, and these albums are so serious. Blood and Glitter was like a fun album, like it was like him like just like going out and having a blast. Like this is just like, oh my god, like this is him in his darkest, which is why I love him. I love his gothness, and these two parts of his album like are fucking so dark and goth. It's amazing. And the guest stars he brought on this one and on the last one, I found so many new artists I freaking love because of people he brings on. That what the hell's Tales of Time.
The harmonies of the female vocalist, a lot of them were really nice. They were very pleasing to hear.
Oh, this what the hell's the name of it? Oh, Infected Rain. Yeah, I got into that band because of him when he released that single for this album, and I freaking like she's like a darker goth side too, but she's freaking amazing. Like
a little Nightwish.
A little night. Oh, I mean, yeah, anything that's symphonic based nowadays in female sounds like Nightwish.
She's a new singer. She hasn't been in Infected Rain for very long. They had Infected Rain, I think, only released like one full-length CD so far, and I think the rest, like, they've done a few singles besides that, but they're newer. He always brings on newer artists. Like, most of his artists don't have like a huge discography to go back on, which, if anything, some of them have nothing. And I'm just like, God damn it! I mean, I just gotta follow them and hope they put out more shit. But so, what did the non-metalheads think of Lord of the Laws? That's what I'm dying to hear.
Wasn't my thing. I listened to it. I go as deep as like Rammstein territory if I'm gonna do metal, or like a few. I'm just talking about my scope of listening here, and like a couple like maybe big hitter Slipknot songs, but I don't really dive deep into this. It's not my bag. I thought the songwriting and the production was really strong.
Yeah, I thought the production was good too.
And like you said, it had a very dark tone to the album, which generally I like a darker tone to an album. But beyond that, I just couldn't really get fully into it like any other album. And it's just, it's not in my wheelhouse. Not something I'm opposed to, but just not in my wheelhouse.
Oh, trust me, not everybody is he's not everybody's type. If he was, he'd be fucking huge by now. But he's been at it for a good 15 years, and he's still.
Yeah, I saw he has a pretty decent sized following on Spotify, which is cool to see. And
well, he actually wasn't. He actually entered into Eurovision in 2022, but he came in last place. But he won the. He won. What did he win though, CJ? This like the German, like he won the German competition, so he can go compete at Eurovision. Or
yeah, but what happened is he wrote 4 songs for Eurovision, and the German committee who chooses the songs and all of that, of the 4 songs, they chose the cheesiest, worst song. They chose they chose the Eurovision style song, the song that was just dumb and pointless and kind of, this is what a fox does type of song. So it didn't go with them at all, as opposed to the other 3 songs, which were more in his wheelhouse, that probably would have won him the competition. But it's Germany. They consider David Hasselhoff a rock star in Germany, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Okay.
Please tell me that Reset the Preset was not one of the choices, because that would have slaughtered.
I don't remember the song what it was, but it was not one of his good songs. I don't even think
No.
it's on a record per se. It's one he wrote strictly
It's
for.
no, it was the title track. It was Blood and Glitter.
Was it?
Yeah,
didn't
it
think
was
it
blood.
was Blood and
It was
Glitter.
blood and it was the title track, Blood and Glitter. That I've seen him perform
Okay.
at Eurovision. Like
I didn't think they chose Blood and Glitter. I thought they chose one of the.
no,
Anyways,
they chose,
it doesn't matter. I mean, it's Germany,
But they-
dude. Like for every good band like the Scorpions and Rammstein, you have 50 bands from Germany that are just like David Hasselhoff and you know. I mean, this is the same country who gave you Uwe Boll, the filmmaker. Who, if you've ever seen an Uwe Boll movie, it speaks for itself.
I think I think
probably.
sometimes they get so carried away with doing things like correctly that holds them back from, you know, doing something that the rest of the world would be interested in.
Yeah, you know,
I
like,
mean, Uwe Boll has put out a lot of fucking movies too, like a lot of fucking movies.
how this man keeps getting money to make movies. It's like
I'm gonna have to check this
who
out.
the fuck is financing? Have you seen his movies? Like
They're
he
all-
doesn't know what a gimbal is. He doesn't know what a fucking lighting setup is.
They're
No.
they're all horror movies with tits. That's why he keeps getting them made.
No, they're video game movies. He's done multiple Blood Rain. He's done 2 or 3 Postal movies. He's done like House of the Dead. Like
So
he's
he
done
does
some
video
terrible.
Yeah.
I
You know,
see.
horror.
He does the bad video game movies.
Yeah,
What?
and then he doesn't know. Like in Blood Rain, in the beginning of Blood Rain, the guy's running down the street. Instead of using a gimbal, Uwe is using a handheld camera running behind the guy, and you see the picture just, you know, the pictures, because you can
That's
see him
supposed to
running
make you feel
holding the
into it.
camera.
Yeah.
That's
It's
the
like,
hand
motherfucker,
cam
they've had
aspect
gimbals
of
since
it.
1950. Like, goddamn. Like, buy a camera mount. Like, you know?
Don't you remember how much people talk about
I
Cloverfield?
was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, maybe.
Nobody talks about Cloverfield.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
They
anymore,
couldn't see
but
it.
but all right, CJ, I'm gonna let you unleash. What's your issue with this album?
I'm going to be honest. I liked this one way more than the first one. Still not a perfect record, but this is a huge improvement over the first one. The first one it didn't catch me at all. It was boring. Just had a little bit more darkness to it, a little bit more spirit. And it's weird to say spirit and darkness at the same time, but it sounded like he was more interested, more invested in these songs than he was in the first one. So I think this is a much better version. So here's the thing. 2 volumes, unnecessary. Take the best 4 or 5 songs off of this, with the best 4 or 5 off of the first one, you got a really good fucking record. You got another Judas Kiss record.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I could easily pick those and put those on an album and fucking just be tell them to get put it out. And be fucking,
you know,
because I mean,
I get he's trying to be grandiose and, you know, Mr. Prolific, but
I mean,
I 2 records with a half a record of filler on each one. So
I mean, yeah, I mean, especially if you put all the guest star tracks on one album, like that would have been the album right there. Like those are all the best tracks in both volumes. Is the ones with guest stars, because he works really well with someone else to accentuate off his amazingness. Like he needs like the other artist to bounce off him. But like
I like Lord of the Lost. I am a fan of the band, but these 2 records just were very hit or miss for me. As opposed to something like Judas Kiss. Judas Kiss to me is one of the more perfect records that
I've been saving that one for something that lines up perfectly.
Badass fucking record, bro.
I know I want something to come on. I won't blow out of the water with it, but come on now. But I had 2 honorable mentions for this album because I do really like this album. I've been listening to a lot of these singles for weeks now, and I freaking really like this album. Graveyard's my first one just because I feel like it has to be mentioned because it's such a.
Like Graveyard.
I did not like it the first time. It was the first single to drop off this album, and I did not like it when I first heard it. I'm like, this is so fucking techno stupid. And then like as I got more and more into it, like when the other artist whose name I can never pronounce probably starts like kind of like rapping in the middle of it, I was like, oh my god, that actually goes with his metal. Like that actually really does go with this like techno version of his metal that they're doing. But
It's like,
am I,
the letter K or whatever. Is it that one?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know how his name would be. But and my number 6 is the last. My other honorable mention is The Last Star. I thought that was a really well put together song. Kind of Bowie-ish. I know he keeps getting mentioned tonight, but it was very Bowie-ish, like that song. And I know that's one of his influences too. So that was a very like what the fuck am I thinking of? God damn it. That's a very Space Oddity type of song, like for him. But my number 5 was What Have We Become? I love those type of songs where he does like the slow like melody, and then like all of a sudden when he gets to the chorus, he's like screams it. Like it's beautifully done. And IAMX, the other person on it who has like no discography on Spotify, like I can't wait to see what they do when they actually start putting out music. But number 4 is actually the single that came out last Wednesday. It has a cool anime video to go along with it for the video. Winter's Dying Heart. It's really just such a beautiful song, and it's just like his lyrics are always gorgeous, and the lyrics in this one just blew me the fuck away, and it's so heartbreaking, that song, but kind of like the one song from Judas. But my number 3 is The Fall from Grace. Anytime he gets on like one of those songs that's about religion, kind of, he freaking blows it out of the water always. That's why Judas is such a good album, because he just like the whole album is just very religion themed, and he blows the whole album out of the fucking water. But number 2 was Scarlight, because I love when he talks about like dark history or his past. Like it gets dark. It gets really dark, and Scarlight does not disappoint. He blew me away with the guitar on that one too. The guitar on that, which because all his bandmates, the guitar player, the drummer, they're all fucking amazing at what they do. There's a song off Blood and Glitter where they're like, you see them all play separately, like in the studio in the music video for it, and it's like it just blows you away how amazing talent each of them has. It really does. And my number 1 was the best damn single off this one. The video for it blew me away, and it's what we were talking about with Infected Rain. Would You Walk With Me Through Hell? Like, it's just her voice with him singing. It's just fucking. It's the best one off this album. Same as on the last part. His one he did with Sharon from Within Temptation. It's just fucking the same thing. It's gorgeous. Like it's gorgeous. Like he needs. I would pay to have him do another band with a female singer joining him. Like I would pay to hear it so bad. It would blow everything away he ever's done.
Not a bad idea.
Hell, you should go find Tarja. She's not doing anything. But what were your guys' top tracks off this one? Kind of down
There were a list.
Yeah, we all collectively chimed into the list here, so Steven can take the reign here.
It's hard to know what order I put them in. It's a long album, and I listened to it all straight through last night, so I don't know exactly the order of this for me. I do know number 1 would be Raveyard. For me, my reason behind that was I got big Sonata Arctica vibes from that, and I'm a huge fan, and I love that like glittery, shimmery metal positive stuff. I don't know, it just gets me. I guess after that I'd put Fall from Grace, because I just thought it was a strong entrance to the album. I thought I got what it was. He set me up well. Walls of Eden, I thought was just strong melody. Just really like anthemic, cool, that Eurovision stuff you were talking about. I'm actually gonna change out What Have We Become for what's the one that's about like dying? What's it, like fucking all of them? But like no, the one that's like one of us will
basically, yeah.
One of Us Will Be Next. Is that the name of it?
Yeah, I mean, that song, I like that song, but in the music video, it's just him and his bandmates all like hugging each other and shit. And I'm just like,
I know it's
I'm like,
so weird. I saw it.
I'm like, it's just I'm like, I think this is just a song. Actually, okay, yeah, because on both albums he did a song about like addiction and homelessness, kind of, and at least that's the vibe I got off it. And there was this one and the one with it, the one he did with Within Temptation on the first volume, Light Can Only Shine in the Darkness. So I think
Yeah,
they're
it was
both
just
like
a
about
good,
like addiction.
Really good wordplay, like because it sounds almost like a threat, but he means it in a way that one of us will die eventually. So you to consider that. I just thought it was a nice sentiment. I thought I was like, all right, that's cool. I see the wordplay.
Yeah, it's a sweet song. It really is a sweet song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And Scarlight was there at number 5. Just catchy,
It
hooky. I love good hooks and stuff. And his voice, when he makes a melody, it's like you don't miss it. This is the melody, It's like the trumpets. He's very strong about it with his vocals.
Oh, he is. I mean, no one delivers a chorus like he does. But Siege, which that's something he did better in the first volume. Is his choruses were better? I thought like he did a lot. Like in one song, the chorus is, "I was not born with love, but I will die with it," and like the way he delivers it each time is just fucking like it wrenches at your heart and squeezes it tight as shit. Like like it makes my back hair stand in just fucking thinking about it, honestly. But I gotta listen to the first album tomorrow now. It's pissed me the fuck off. I gotta listen to the first album tomorrow.
You like Devin Townsend?
Yes, I am a huge Devin Townsend. Sex religion, like that album is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was a Steve Vai record.
Wait, but Devin is the
for a second I was like,
coffee guy, right?
Devin sang on it.
Young lad. Okay.
Okay, that's why. But Devin's
he's got Kingdom.
Devin is a fucking genius. Devin is the modern day version of Frank Zappa.
Devin's the coffee guy, right? The alien coffee guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Or okay. Yeah. All right.
He wrote so much other stuff. Strapping Young Lad. He's got Devin Townsend Band. Went last year, but he took me to see Dream Theater. I didn't. I'd seen Dream Theater a bunch of times. Wasn't really interested. Planky said, some guy named Devin Townsend opening. I'm there. Yeah, head me a Devin Townsend.
He never plays here. It's so sad. He never plays here.
I waited 30 years to see Devin, and he came out on stage and he was everything I imagined and more. Like the big personality, the weirdness, the big bellowing voice. Devin is one of
we went across the country on tour, and I was listening to his acoustic album. And I was sitting in the back, like by myself, looking out the window, and I seriously like cried 3 different times listening to it. And I was like, I can't, like, I don't know. I mean, the guy, keep my head against the wall here because I'm just like, it's really like hitting me. It's just
that's what's crazy about Devin is he can go from that to Strapping Young Lad. In the beat of a heart, to a Ziltoid, the silly coffee guzzling alien searching the universe for the world's best coffee. I mean, the guy is he has sort of transcended music to the point of he just does whatever the fuck he wants, man.
I did a deep dive into him like 10 years ago, and I gotta do another one because it's been so long since I actually listened to all his stuff. But CJ, what were your top 5 Lord of the Lost? Because we do gotta move this along.
I have 3. I have 3 of them. One of us will be next as number 3. What If We Become number 2? And The Last Star is the one that I really liked. So those are the 3 that I picked off of this record.
See, he always saves some of the best tracks for fucking last, like when he puts out the singles. And Last Star, you couldn't hear until the album came out, unless you're somebody who gets demo copies. But
don't be jealous. Don't be a hater.
I bought Napalm demo copies. God damn it! But
they're hard to get, bro. They're hard to get.
I believe it. I worked
hard to get my name on that list.
But yeah, I mean, Lord of the Lost did not disappoint me once again. Now it's that long ass waiting period to see what the hell he comes up with next and when the hell it will be. But I'm sure he'll do something in the meantime.
I'm waiting for those bitches to send me the new Creator record. That's the one I'm waiting for.
Classic band.
Fucking love them.
I guess it's that time. CJ.
My turn?
Oh, I don't want to, but yes, I guess.
So I chose this band because after hearing their music, I thought, you know what? This is a band who is right in the wheelhouse of kind of where they're at and what they're trying to do and whatnot. And there's so many great tidbits with this band. This band started out, they were 13 or 14 years old, just making noise, worked their way up. Made a huge following in LA. They were only 16, 17 at the time. Caught the attention of Madonna. They were the very first band that Madonna signed to Maverick Records. So, caught Madonna's attention and then caught the attention of Andy Taylor of Duran Duran. And Taylor said, hey, come tour with us in Europe. The guy who produced the record is a hair metal guy, even though it's completely out of his genre. It was Tommy Hendrickson, who played for Doro Pesch and Warlock and Alice Cooper and a bunch of other. Tommy's a hair metal guy. He's a guitar rat type of player. So for him to produce this record that is clearly influenced by Duran Duran and The Cure and other bands like that, very cool. Again, out of your genre and wheelhouse and doing something new. And you gotta love a band from LA that clearly nails the English sound. If you didn't know this band was from LA, you would think they were from London or Manchester or something, because
I thought they were.
No, they're LA, dude. They're LA born and bred.
Then why is there a US version of the album?
Because
especially
when they went on tour with Duran Duran, they did a major thing, and then they did the US version. So, yeah. But anyways, I chose Clear Static. They only did one record, unfortunately. They broke up shortly after. The singer is like a famous DJ in LA now. Works for Paris Hilton's DJ company.
Well,
not the choice I would make. But, I mean, obviously, Paris Hilton is going to get paid. So, go where the money is. But this is a record, I come across it very randomly. Fell in love with it right from the beginning just because it was such a different record. It was a cool record. It had that sort of The Cure meets Duran Duran meets sort of 80s jangly pop type of thing, and all by a bunch of guys who were barely out of their teenage years to do it. So really wish they would do more. I really wish, and I'm hoping somewhere down the line maybe they decide, hey, we're gonna give it a second try. I think they were a little ahead of their time. I think if they did this record today with the climate of Youngblood and Static Channel and all the other bands that are doing this now, I think it hits a little different in chart wise and social media wise. So anyways, yes, Clear Static.
Well, before I get to my opinions, what did you guys think of Clear Static?
I thought it was pretty cool. I really liked the production of it. I heard through a little bit of that fake English thing, which I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I immediately thought it was like 80s obviously inspired, but also like Taking Back Sunday, like those
2006
those early
era.
2010s.
Yeah, what's that song that have the
Make Damn Sure.
wohos in there?
Yeah, whatever.
Kind of the vocalist's fault too.
Yeah.
Because he's got that whiny
Yeah, it's that
approach
whiny thing.
goes
that-
into that pop punk.
Yeah, which is cool. Like I was into it when I was in 8th grade, but it's not my thing anymore.
It was a 2006 album too, so it was fresher even then, to be doing that. That was like the first 80s revival was probably around then, and I feel like it's come back again since. But
Yeah.
the early
God,
2000s
yeah.
was like a resurgence of hipster dance
It-
music.
It's actually
Yeah.
funny because last year, Lord of the Lost, Chris Harms, he put out a solo album called 1980, and it's all like him doing 80s style music, and it's pretty fucking good actually.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
You
they
could
have-
tell they
on
were
on
leaning
on
pretty
this
hard into
record,
trying
They
to.
have the song New Year's 1986.
Or
Yeah,
84.
Yeah,
84,
yeah.
84, sorry.
84, yeah. You could tell they were leaning, the singer especially was leaning pretty hard into trying to kind of capture a lot of elements of the Cure. Robert Smith,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
good
Well-
and bad. Like he did well in it, but Robert's one of them guys that maybe probably you shouldn't try to imitate as much because he's kind of unique in his approach, and not somebody you're going to land in the middle of the road with. You're either going to do really good or really bad with it. And he kind of ironically landed in the middle of the road. Not a perfect record, but
yeah. Well,
I mean,
here's the
I
funny
liked-
thing.
It
I
was
like
fun.
I liked actually really liked a few moments I could pick out. This is the first song, 94 something.
97
Yes.
lives.
97 Lives. Yeah, I like that one.
97 lives.
We came
Well,
up
we-
with
we-
lists independently, and I actually had a lot of.
We had a lot of
them.
crossover.
Yeah,
But we can get to it when we
Yeah.
get to the list.
but yeah,
We'll
when
get-
it's our turn.
We'll get to it, but
Let Jeremy
Yeah.
tell me how much he hates this record because I know
Well,
he's gonna.
it's kind of it's more how you introduced it to me. Because I just said, I said back when you sent me the record was, I said interesting, and kind of looked at the record and the band, and I was like, all right, we'll see what this is next week. And he writes back, it's a record that has the same style as they do as a band, and I'm like,
I said it's a similar style.
I'm reading it word for word on my fucking messenger. But I'm like, all right, we'll see. I haven't listened to them yet either, so I don't know what their style is. So so I listened to Fear Static first today. Well, second technically, but I listened to them before I listened to you guys. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm listening to it and I'm like, what is this? I can't even distinguish what this is supposed to be. I'm like, this is like some Hanson wannabes. But
Oh, come on now. That's not good. Not go that far.
some Hanson wannabes. But I mean, I managed to find a couple tracks I didn't mind, but most of them it's like, oh my god, when's this album gonna be over? This album is so fucking horrible. But so yeah, it's well, not for me. The fact they did one album is the greatest news I've heard all night. So yay. But let's get this disgrace of an album over with. CJ, what were your top 5?
I have anything at all. Telestar, Makeup Sex. Tuesday on My Mind, I think, is the song where he captures the Cure element the best. And then Sleep Late Sunday. There's something about that song that it just kind of has that jangly pop,
Yeah.
It's like that jangly pop meets Duran Duran. It's like Sleep Late Sunday could really be a later era Duran Duran song. And I think that's what Andy Taylor heard when he heard that song. He was like, okay, let's take these kids on tour because this matches us. So yeah, that's my list.
Well,
I like Makeup Sex too because it has that kind of cool vocal
with Courtney Love. But yes. So what did you guys come up with for a top 5 after you argued and juiced it out?
Number 5, New Year's 1984 was our number 5. I'm gonna combine the list. Me and Kyle tried to coordinate here. At number 4, would be Careless Lies. Number 3 would be like the movies. Number 2
Yeah, makeup sex.
would be Makeup Sex. And number 1 would be Tuesday on My Mind. That's our top 5.
I would do an honorable for Sunday.
Sleep Late Sunday.
Yeah,
Sleep Late Sunday,
actually,
yeah.
I do an
actually
honorable mention
like
for that
one,
too.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Steven too.
Well, I had the same.
Oh no,
I had the same problem with this I did with Oasis, where I had a hard time realizing when songs ended and when the next one began. Like I was just like, it'd be like 2 songs later, I'd be like, wait, what? Like I thought it was the same song. But I pulled 3 out that were memorable enough for me to put down on my list, I think. And that was New Year's 1984, because that was kind of a fun one. Makeup Sex, I knew I wasn't like that when I saw the title, but I knew I was, and I was right. Of course I was right. And my number 1 would have to be Like the Movies. It would have to be Like the Movies, because that was actually a really good song. But the rest of the album was
I really like that
basically,
song too.
Yeah,
but
that's
the rest of the
another
album was
Duran sounding song.
yeah, exactly. It sounded like that kind of, but the rest of the album was just kind of to me like a throwaway. Like I was like, all right, I'm good with the rest of this. Ever hearing it again? I don't think I ever want to go back to this album. But
Jeremy, I was kind of with you on it, because for me, it had this uncanny valley to me, where it was like close enough to things that I know that are really good, but not there.
Right.
You know, and so I was just like, turn this shit off. Like there were moments I had that where I was like, it's too close. You're not my mom.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. Thank you. But it just CG doesn't disappoint me often, so when he brings the disappointments, I live with it.
When you look at the record as a whole, okay, and realize that these guys were 16 and 17 years old at the time of recording it. It would be interesting to kind of think about, okay, what could they have done in another 3 or 4 years with more experience, more tour, more whatever, and that kind of stuff. Would they have developed past it? Would they have gotten more whatever? You'll never know.
All I'm hearing is excuses, because look at
right. It's very much like it definitely has a Duran Cure, Tears for Fears type of style, you know, where it's very obvious who they were influenced by, what they liked, and what they were going for. Like you can't miss it. It's blatant.
All I'm gonna say before we wrap up, it up is I'm hearing some excuses, because you look at Jackson 5, you look at Hanson, for God's sake, I'll bring them up again. A lot younger, got together.
Well, I'd say Hanson's not terrible. People who talk about Hanson, I don't think I've ever heard Hanson. Like
I like
my ex was a Hanson fan, and I thought, Emma, why the fuck are you listening to these guys? And then we took a road trip one day, and she put that goddamn record on, and I'm sitting there driving and thinking, motherfucker, like these guys ain't actually fucking terrible. Like what the?
No, once you get past the bop of it all, it's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're very talented, actually. And I was like,
there's a bonus track. There's a bonus.
Youngblood, bro. I wanted to hate Youngblood so fucking badly because he's arrogant, cocky, and got that big personality.
And you got the shirt.
But when I fucking heard the record, I was like, damn. And then I took my daughter to see him live, and a little bastard got on stage for 2.5 hours and just wrecked the fucking place. Yeah. And I was like, God damn it. Like, I can't hate the kid, man. Like, he's built to be a fucking rock star.
I mean, I want to like Youngblood, but I don't. He does some okay shit. I'm not gonna hate him as much as I do this band, but
he's a good performer.
Yeah.
Someone gave me tickets to see him live, and I stayed most of the show. But I was like, it's not exactly my music, but he really puts it on the whole time. He's nonstop moving, sweating.
But
he's a really good entertainer.
Yeah, I mean, he's built for the stage. I mean, there's no debating that the kid is a performer. You know,
I mean, I had to listen to Hanson's first album. God, back in like a year ago on the show, and
Youngblood side by side conversation is killing.
No
one's doing this.
I fucking when the guests wanted to bring Hanson, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But then I listened to the album and I was like, okay. I'm like, okay. And I didn't know they were still performing. I didn't know they were still doing shit. I'm like, holy crap, they're actually still out there doing
30
shit.
years.
Yeah.
No.
I thought they were a one-hit wonder. I never knew they actually kept going after the first album. But well, you live, you learn in this show. That's the kind of thing of it. But well, folks, we brought you 3 albums. 2 albums and 1 more the fuck CJ brought, but that's okay.
Wow.
But we were happy to have a full band on. For the first time ever, we had a full band on, and it went well. We'll definitely be down to do it in the future. And I, for one, am dying to see what the Revel ends up putting out for a full length album eventually, because I'm dying to hear it. But whenever that comes down the road, I followed you on Spotify, so I'll get notifications for shit when it drops. So we'll check. We'll see what happens, and maybe I'll have to bring on the show when it drops. We'll see what happens.
Sounds
But
good. Great.
Thank you guys for coming on. We appreciate it, and hope you had fun with it. And why don't you tell the folks where they can find you if you're touring anywhere in the next in January, February-ish when this releases.
So thanks for having us. We'd love to come back anytime. We appreciate it. You can find us on all social platforms, Instagram at the Revel Official, YouTube at the Revel Official. We got some really good music videos on there. And then just be on the lookout for the upcoming announcements for our January, February, and March shows and
Releases as well.
And releases in the East Coast, in good old New Jersey and New York, and stay tuned.
Oh shit! If you make it to Massachusetts, I'll have to fucking try to come see you. Hit
Time to get up there.
Hit the Palladium in Worcester. I'm sure you guys can get on a fucking line up there. They do a bunch of festivals and shit, so I'm sure you guys can get on a line up there.
Sweet,
cool.
But it's a nice look. It's a small cozy place. It's fucking seeing ICP there is fucking amazing always. So, but CJ, where can they find you besides listening to that horrible music?
Wow.
Look, dude, the amount of record bullshit that you have brought on this show, you have no room to fucking talk, okay?
Don't diss Vanilla Ice.
What?
So don't diss Vanilla Ice.
I wish you would have brought Vanilla Ice as opposed to some of the bullshit you brought. Anywho, just type in Music God CJ playing. I'm all over the place. TikTok, Foxy Book. The website is musicgodcjplaying.rocks is the website. Year-end lists are coming. I do a top 30 of 6 different genres. We cover it all from rock, modern rock, metal, country Americana, and hip hop. Top 30 for each of those. I got the books coming, all of that. It's music is what I do.
Nice. With that name, it better be.
Hey,
you created
I work my ass off at this, and I am not a one-hit wonder. You throw any musical genre at me or any musical band, and I will give you a rundown from Smokey Robinson and the Temptations up to Creator to Bob Marley to Patti LaBelle and Shaka Khan.
To now Oasis,
Youngblood, the Sex Pistols, Ramones, Crass, Chumbawamba. I mean, I cover it all.
Yeah, Right Said Fred.
What? Hey, Right Said Fred. Yeah. Oysterhead, Jellyfish. I mean, Mother Love Bone, the original grunge bands that nobody talks about, like Husker Du and Fugazi and early Soul before they got.
I'm gonna stop him because he can go on for an hour with me. Trust me. But
I like Fugazi.
It could be a marathon. It could be a fucking marathon. But you can check out both your musers on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, on X and the Gram as that Juggalo Bastard, and on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings. The best place to see everything we've ever done is YouTube, of course. But thank you to the Revel for coming on, and hopefully soon we'll be seeing the Revelation. First album title right there. I'm calling it.
right.
But come back next time, folks. We got a returning guest next week who's been on a few times, and he's always fun to have around. So get ready for my buddy Joe to come back. Have a good one, everybody, and we'll see you next week. And be sure to come back Saturday. It doesn't. By the time this gets out, that's gonna be long gone. So fuck it. Have a good one.
Goodbye. Later. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.